So how long you been doing drag? How long you're planning to keep doing it, and what are your goals?
I've been doing drag for maybe 4 years. I plan on continuing to do it for quite some time. I think in the direction that I'm going with the kind of entertainer that I am and my platform, I think I could be doing drag well into my 40s, late 30s. It's lucrative. I can make a living off of it. There will always be a market for entertainment. There'll always be a market for people to get out of their everyday rut and wanting to have a little colorful fun. So I feel like there's always going to be room for me in this world. So that's good. And yeah, I think that's good. I'll always be needed.
Yes. And how do you come up with outfits? Do you make them? Where do you get your inspiration?
That I learned how to sew because I was so annoyed with, having to go to somebody to get something I wanted. It's something I want. I should be able to just, take it and go. I shouldn't have to ask somebody how to make it or, all of those questions. So I made it a point to learn how to sew and learn how to rhinestone or embellish stuff because I got tired of asking people how to do things. I wanted to be self-made. I wanted to wake up and be like, oh, I've got to go perform today. Let me make something. Not, I got to perform today. Let me go have somebody buy me something. Or let me go, spend money if I don't have to. And that's one of those things that my drag mother taught me. She helped me learn how to sew because she saw that I had the passion and drive to be something besides just a little boy in a dress who played in makeup. I want to be a drag queen, a showgirl. I want to have a stamp,
Mm-hmm.
So it is something that is cost effective by making your own costumes, but then again, the price point could be expensive if you want to look good.
Yeah, I was about to ask about how much money do you think you spend on makeup, and is it lucrative? Did you?
Like the payoff?
Yes, I mean
Okay.
aside from enjoying your job and performing.
So if we're looking at the things in my hand right now, highlight palette, BH Cosmetics, Carly Bible. I think this palette was maybe $11, and I only use maybe 3 things out of it, like 1, 2, 3. The rest of this is just random things to have. But this is $11. This brush is by Real Techniques. I think it was $9.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 things do 1, 2, the same. They do 1 step on my face, and I think it had a very good payoff. These 2 things, I think, has averaged me maybe, let's say, $60 every time I perform.
Mm-hmm.
Because people pay attention to the little things like having your lip highlighted now and stuff. Because it didn't used to be a big deal for a drag queen. Because a drag queen was supposed to be just this matte, fresh face. And now that highlighting is such a big trend, like the Kardashians and stuff like that, we have to look shimmery now. Which I don't mind. It's just different. But it can get expensive if you don't plan it all right. Like if you don't budget, I guess you should say. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, most of the time, drag pays for itself. But if you're trying to do too much or be extra, you're probably going to have to come out of pocket. But for the most part, I let this pay for itself because my booking is probably $50 locally or $150 if I go somewhere else within reason. DFW. Yeah. And then that's plus tips, and I perform maybe 2 or 3 times, and each show I could probably make about $110 total. So then that's $110. These 2 things, it's a good payout.
Yes.
It's a pretty good payout. So it's like, do what you gotta do. I don't know. I have no problem spending my money, but I don't like to if I don't have to. My mom used to say I have a Jewish man's mentality. because I don't want to spend money because I seem frugal, Because I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend money on someone to make me a costume. I want to make it myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay someone to do my makeup. I want to do it myself. So having that kind of like, some people call it my black girl mentality. The strong, independent black woman figure. I like it. That's a good way to live, to be able to do things yourself and not have to ask someone all the time for help.
So what about drag and dating?
Ooh, drag and dating, huh? That's always a fun topic. Well, being gay, you get put into these like categories of masculine and feminine. And for some reason, people just couldn't fathom those two things meeting in the middle. Like a drag queen, a boy who's masculine, but who likes to play makeup. Like this, I mean. It's hard. Most days, it's hard most days. Because the dating scene is so close. Every gay knows the next five. You know, it's really close. It's a little circle. So, if somebody tells their friend Johnny that you've been having eyes for, and you're all like, hey, how you? Seeing you around. But he didn't know you did drag, he would find out before you could possibly tell him. And then it ended up being the thing of, oh, he wears makeup? He's a drag queen? What? Oh, okay, that's cool. And you automatically get put in a friend zone, and then the first day you try to make a move, it's usually like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not into drag queens. Because now we're our own species. We're our own, category now. They used to call it masculine, feminine, and now drag queen. What?
What?
It's a thing.
I didn't know
Like,
that.
oh, are you masculine or feminine? Oh, I'm a drag queen. Oh, well, what does that mean? What does that entail? Like, what? You're gonna do my makeup on our first date? It's not easy dating somebody, and in all reality, it's like the truth of it all is like when you're dating a drag queen, you're dating two people.
Mm-hmm.
You're dating the boy in the clothes, but then you're also dating the boy in the makeup. Because the space my drag takes up is a whole room. So then, even if you do find someone finally that you're like, oh wait, I got one. Hey, he's kind of handsome, man. He's sweet and he doesn't care that I do drag. It's a big deal. So you try to accommodate and be like, oh, let me move some of my makeup out of the way. Let me, not have all my stuff out and about. When in all reality, you want to look like this all the time. Because it's so much easier. But my father told me being happy is not about compromise. It's about just being happy. So if I stumble upon somebody that doesn't mind the makeup or the mess, but loves me for me, that's a win. And it hasn't happened yet. Well, it's happened a few times, but they obviously didn't make the cut because, I ain't got no ring on my finger. But,
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard dating a drag queen. And I can imagine someone coming into it and saying, oh, yeah, no, my ex was a drag queen and he was amazing and I loved him and I don't know why we're not together anymore. It's hard. Because then you've got to worry about the whole, oh, what time are you coming home? Oh, 3 in the morning? Okay, well, I'll eat alone tonight,
Yeah.
I'm always out at the bars hosting shows, performing. I'm not going to lie, there was a lot of nights where I wish I would have been home, but then I'm like, well, I'm making money. So that's good. I'm entertaining, I'm doing something I love. And I know somebody here in the show tonight will be so elated that I'm here. There's somebody watching that'll be like, she's here. Let's, spice it up. Let's have some fun. But at the same time, I'm like, I want to be home. Cuddled up, being a homebody. But I love this so much, and I love what I do so much. I think I sacrifice my relationships, or the potential relationships, for my love for what I do so much. And it's like, it's a risk I'm willing to take because when that person does come into my life, they will be able to do this with me. They'll be able to come to my shows with me, and they'll be able to be, taken away by this fantasy land of fun and adventure. So it's hard, and I'm single, but it's okay because I know when the right person comes along, they'll just stumble upon me, and I won't have to be looking for them. So that's good.